Good to see you. Good to be here together as we've been thinking about you, our congregation, and the ways that we continue to be connected and aware and conscious and being a blessing to the people around us during this very strange time we live in. You know, when we finished Passover, we left Egypt. We hopefully discovered some more spaces of freedom in ourselves. But the question is, and then what? What are we moving towards? The people of Israel were not led by Moses and God on a direct route to Mount Sinai. They had to take a very circuitous route, around, because the idea was they weren't ready to receive Torah from Mount Sinai. They still, in so many ways, were viewing themselves in the world through a limited perspective. They still were reactive. They had anxiety. They weren't willing to trust. They said, come back. We want to go back to Egypt. So there had to be a process, a journey that took place in order for them to get to a place where their hearts were pure enough that they could receive Torah and God's blessing. And we now are in this period between Passover, the leaving of Egypt, and the holiday of Shavuot, the receiving of Torah, which is called the Omer. And the Omer is a time of counting each one of the 49 days between Passover and Shavuot, as a way of beginning to bring awareness to where are those places that we need purification. And each week, there is a different opportunity for us to focus on a different quality that we are working on. The first week was about loving kindness and generosity and how we open our hearts. This week that we're in right now, just finishing up, is about boundary and being able to set limits and make decisions. And another week will be compassion, and another week will be creativity, and so on. And I think the main message that we can take from this time as we move through the Omer is that this is a period for us to focus on our character. Who do we want to be? What does it mean to move through our lives in this strange time with a pure heart? What does that look like? What does it look like as we're sheltering in place with our families and people are getting on each other's case? What does it look like to be able to respond with patience? What does it look like to be able to respond with generosity? When we're feeling so restless and anxious and boxed in because we don't have the variety of experiences that we're used to, how can we get really quiet and open to the blessings that we do have, the people that we are connected with? So we want to encourage you to be able to think about this time as an opportunity to work on our character, to say that this time of not having as many distractions as we usually have when we're out in the wide world, we can focus on how we respond. How do we express that pure heart?
Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit. Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit. Create a pure heart in me. And renew a true soul within me. And renew a true soul within. And renew a true soul within me. And renew a true soul within. Have a beautiful week, everyone.
Wonderful Shabbat.